Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Morning, Kenzie. On Q101, we have some comedian Tom Papa tickets coming up at the end of music and entertainment news for you. But first, let's get into it. Some really cool special show coming to Ravinia. And it's back going on tour, but he's going to play with an entire orchestra for just a few dates in the country. And one of them is at Ravinia, so it'll be 7 is July, right? 7/23?
7 is July, yes. I thought you were talking in Morse code for a second.
Well, Kenzie taught us that brown is Thanksgiving.
Oh, boy.
Yes, it is.
And 7 is July. So Highland Park, Ravinia with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra on July 23rd. That'll be pretty wild. I picture some bands with a symphony and have done it, like Metallica has done it, and there's some other bands have done things with symphonies. Back with a symphony sounds, I don't know, a little weird to me. But I'm here for it. I'll go check it out.
It sounds like a fun time. It's funny to think that the guy who wrote Loser is now playing with a beautiful orchestra behind him. Just what an amazing career arc that is.
Like, it reminds me when Cypress Hill and the Simpsons played with an orchestra.
Yes, and now they did that for real last year with the London Symphony Orchestra.
It was good.
Yeah.
Orchestras are good, man. They don't play that music.
I probably should have had this prepped in here, but the Simpsons and Cypress Hill.
Hold on, Kenzie. What did you just say about orchestras?
Because they can really play. You're being haters. They can really play that.
I am not being a hater. I've never heard it so eloquently said. Orchestras, they play that music.
Okay. They play their little hearts out. Let's go.
Not saying anything about the quality. They are certain people that have dedicated their life to the violin or whatever, and it's a tremendous thing. But I just think it's a little weird with Beck. Like, here's Cypress Hill on the Simpsons episode. So good.
Hello, bands. Who is playing with the London Symphony Orchestra? Come on, people. Somebody order the London Symphony Orchestra. Possibly while high. Cypress Hill, I'm looking in your direction.
Hey, man, did we order an orchestra? What's up with this orchestra, man? Where'd the orchestra come from?
I don't know, man.
They didn't tell me about this, man. We gotta do something. Yeah, we think we did. Do you know Insane in the Brain?
We mostly know classical, but we could give it a shot.
This I like.
Marge going this way.
Let's go, Marge.
That was for what, the Lollapalooza, the Simpsons Palooza one or whatever, Springfield Palooza?
Yes, yeah. Billy Corgan also does a guest appearance on that episode because Homer Simpson introduces himself. And Billy Corgan goes, "Hi, I'm Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins." And Homer goes, "Hi, Homer Simpson," smiling politely. It's just an exchange that lives in my head every day.
Oh, my God. So back at Ravinia. Have you ever been to Ravinia, Kenzie, for a show?
I have not. I've been to Ravinia themed nights though.
Where were those at?
There's like certain venues that do have like lawn, and they'll do like Ravinia night, and you can like bring a wine and cheese basket, and they'll hire like Seventh Heaven or whatever to play. I've done that.
Wow.
Yeah.
My first thing I ever did when I moved to Chicago in my 20s, I got invited by this girl was taking me and my brother around town to show at the city. Went to Ravinia for Poi Dog Pondering. Now, it's a band that was very big, Chicago. Boy, I couldn't stand them. I was out on Poi Dog Pondering. And I know there's some Poi Dog Pondering fans out there that love it. Wasn't for me. But you sit there in the lawn area, like you said, and you drink wine and eat sandwiches. These girls made sandwiches. I'm like, this is wild. I couldn't even see the band because you're in that long grass area.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
it's so, if you love a band and it's going to Ravinia, it's a really cool experience, and they're remodeling it up there. I think a $70 million
I've only
remodel.
gone to faux Ravinia.
You need to go to real Ravinia.
I've only gone to knockoff Ravinia. It's crazy.
Knock off Ravinia. All right, today is the 3-year anniversary. I cannot believe it has been 3 years since this happened. And it happened actually last night, 3 years ago. And then today we were talking about it. Can you believe it's the 3-year anniversary of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars? Can you believe it's been 3 years for that?
Feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Well, here's what it was. Here's what it sounded like.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Will Smith gets up.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Richard, that's what he called it.
Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
I'm going to.
We've moved on from the joke, Will. We're in a new stage, a new phase of this. What are you doing?
When the amplification of his voice got to like my dad did when he yelled at me, that's when I got chills on my arms. I'm like,
Well, so did Chris Rock. I fully believe Chris Rock still thought it was a joke after the slap until Will started yelling at him. I still think he thought like that he took a joke, that Will Smith took a joke too far or something, right?
Yes.
And then when he started yelling is when everyone's like, oh, wait, he's mad.
wait, he's mad.
He was mad.
But you know what I mean? Like, even watching, you're like, oh, snap. And then you're like, oh, my God, he's mad.
Yeah.
Like, it was so disturbing. It was so uncomfortable.
It was very, that scream, I get that PTSD from when my dad would be mad at me and yell. I go, oh, my God, I'm going to. Whatever you say. The slap.
I still feel bad for Chris Rock. You literally, in front of so many people that you admire and have looked up to, you get physically abused, and then that man receives an award on the stage a few hours later instead of, I don't know, being arrested.
Right. I agree.
Sick.
And also, boy, Chris Rock can take a slap.
Yeah.
He just stood there and took it from a guy who's like 6 inches taller than him and works out all the time. He's a huge, and just took that slap and kept moving. It was not a light slap. It was he wound up. Like, that arm was back here.
And he's strong. Will Smith is strong.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen him train for I Am Legend and such. He's a strong man.
Case has now seen I Am Legend. He's strong.
Yeah, I'm too distracted by the dog scene to think about I Am Legend. But he was strong in that movie.
No.
Listen, it's still messing me up. And you know what got me? What really got me about this whole thing is Jada's ass coming out like the next day being like, I was so embarrassed. I can't believe he did. Oh, come on. For the love of God, if you don't stand by this man after that, like just to add to the ridicule, she is the worst. She doesn't even ride in the car. Ride or die. She won't even get in the car or buckle a seatbelt or anything. She leaves this man for dead every day, and I hate it.
Well, when you zapruder the film, when you see what happened, like she was kind of looking at him like, you going to do anything about this joke?
Right.
About my hair?
Period.
About alopecia? It's not funny. Okay, I'm going to get up there. What am I going to do? I don't know. Bam! Slap Chris Rock in the face in front of everybody. And then the ratings shot through the roof because everybody, I wasn't watching it actually at that time. Everybody texted everybody, did you see what just happened? And then it was like the NHL Nations hockey fight a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Everybody started watching it after that. All right, so 3-year anniversary of that. Also, a little more music entertainment news on the entertainment side. I love this headline. Ben Affleck would love, quote, another chance with ex-wife Jennifer Garner if, quote, the timing is right. Anybody talk to Jennifer Garner about this? Is she in on this at all? She's a peach.
I would also love a chance with Jennifer Garner if the time is right.
Honestly,
Good job, Case.
I would so much prefer you were with Jennifer Garner. Like, I would so much more want that for her.
I'd love it. She's on the farm in those commercials. I'll help out. I don't mind.
I love Jennifer Garner. She is a little cherub angel. She is so kind. And I do love Ben Affleck, but it's like his sole purpose was to be put on the earth to ruin her life. Leave her alone. And I really like him. He's very talented. He's funny. He's all these things. Leave her alone. I don't even know if the kids need you at this point. Just get out of their lives. He has drug her through the mud. I mean, just with his ex-wife, like that, that lasted 4 seconds. Jennifer Lopez.
That lasted 4 seconds.
They had the nerve to put out that documentary where she was like, oh, he said that he never fell in love with me. I mean, he was married to Jennifer Garner for like 13 years and had multiple kids. That was the most evil thing to put out there. And now you divorce her and you're like, you know who I should try my shot with? Get away from her. She needs to wear a crucifix at all times.
You know what the evilest thing he ever did? And listen, I love Ben Affleck and all. He's an incredible actor in a great movie.
I just don't love him for her. That's the problem.
Here's what he did that was evil. He went to her house when L.A. was burning and said, can I come in? Because my house is burning down. Hey, big fire out here. You know that whole cheating thing? But I'll stay in the kitchen. I won't bother you. It's hot out here.
This dude's awesome.
It's super hot.
Remember
super
when I
hot.
ruined our family and our life and I'm the reason we don't live together in the first place? Can I move in? Mira, Go live with the woman you never fell out of love with would have been my response.
Yep. My shoes are really on fire here. Can you just please open the door?
No.
Please.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, and Kenzie on Q101. Yes, tomorrow, a week away from tomorrow, is our St. Patty's Day broadcast at Lizzie McNeil's. It's back. Let's go. Can't believe it's so already here, I should say. Friday, March 14th. St. Patty's Day is going to be obviously that Monday, but all the Chicago festivities start Friday with us at Lizzie McNeil's, 6 to 10 a.m. And then, of course, the weekend goes into the river dyeing, the North and South Side parades. It's going to be outstanding. So be a part of it. 6 a.m. next Friday. It was ironic that last night The Departed was on, and I was watching part of it, and Case will be doing his movie review live on site of The Departed. Never saw that movie. One of the best of all time.
And one of the most Irish of all time, from my understanding. That's why we're doing it.
Just because I went, what's an Irish movie? And my head just went The Departed. The Irish Mob is in there a lot. Of course, it's very Irish. But I couldn't think of another Irish movie. I'm not doing The Irishman.
I thought The Leprechaun.
The Leprechaun. That divides itself between a horror genre or an Irish genre.
Well, it's a Leprechaun, though.
It is a Leprechaun.
Leprechaun's, my understanding, Irish.
Super Irish.
Also,
I would put a cape on that thing. Personally.
But this is sponsored by Angry Orchard, our great friends there, and IDOT, Don't Press Your Luck, Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. Massive concert tickets every 15 minutes or so with System of a Down at Soldier Field, Dave Matthews Band, Pierce the Veil, many more.
Lumineers.
Lumineers at Soldier Field, too?
Oh,
my page ended here. There's so many on here.
There's that second page.
I lost it somewhere.
Perfect. That one had the Lumineers on it. That really important page.
Rise of the Roach Tour, Mount Joy at the United Center.
Let's go.
A bunch of shows.
What a page someone's going to find.
I know.
If they find the page, they get all those tickets. So we also have some free food out there. Come on. And, you can stop in for just 10 minutes if that's all you can do if you have to work. A lot of our crew members said we want off. Of course, we line up out front before it's 6.
I requested off work, so I'm pending. I'm really excited, though.
Kenzie will be there, but off work, so she can drink the whole time.
I want to be able to have fun.
Wait till you see Kenzie by 8 a.m. 17 beers in her. It's going to be raging.
Woo! I'm off work.
She's a woo girl. So come out for the party, and as usual, the information's at Q101.com. Lizzie McNeil's right on the river downtown. It's the best spot for St. Patty's Day, not only with our broadcast Friday, but all weekend. So join us and have a blast. So right now, 312-591-8300. How about texting in some takeaways from today's show? Something that stayed in your brain about the show today, text in right now your takeaway.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren coming in to continue Ticket Blitz Thursday and her show and the Women's History Month at noon. Fantastic things she's doing at noon every day. You got to check it out. It's really cool what she does with it. And you have about 20 minutes left for our last keyword of the morning, which is work. 312-591-8300. Text WORK, W-O-R-K, to that right now for your chance to get Offspring tickets for the party, which is Ticket Blitz Thursday. Now, Lauren will have a new keyword next hour all the way through her show, and then Brian Phillips. So stay here all day if you like the Offspring, and who doesn't? Case, what do you got for takeaways?
779 checked in their takeaway. I should collect a vial of water and sell it on eBay marked, "This is the same rainwater that rained on Jesus."
Facts. It's not going to be sunny today. You have to wait for another rainy day for Jesus water.
Remember that next time it rains, that it also rained on Jesus, the same water.
Same water, no matter where you are in the city.
Water.
Holy water. There you go. That's funny. That was good.
Kenzie, what do you got?
Derek texted in takeaway. 7 is July. Brown is Thanksgiving. Leprechauns are super Irish.
God, our listeners are just right on point.
They get it.
Like Dave here, checking in from 708. Takeaway. If the gas guy starts running, you start running.
Amen.
Remember that. What's on the podcast, Case?
All in the same podcast episode. A crew member is breaking up with her boyfriend because he takes too many baths. And we talked to a guy from People's Gas who will, in an unrelated way, tell you how to save your life if you have a gas leak. Very informative podcast. I would recommend checking that out. Also, Kenzie just gave an entire family hell in Clash with Kenzie today. Spiked the football in the end zone, gave them hell, really crushed some dreams. And finally, an American institution is crumbling right before our eyes. We talked about that early this morning. Something that has been in your life for your entire life is changing, and it's not changing for the better.
One more late takeaway from Ben, a first-time texter. Love acknowledging our first-time texters from Indiana. He says, takeaway, mouse fart.
Now that's funny.
Thanks, and welcome to the party, Ben.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.